Okay. Hi everyone, I'm Cressida and my talk today is on, as you can see, exceptional talents of those with learning difficulties. So my blogs have been based on just IQ and intelligence, so it's just moved on to this one. Okay, next one. So as you can see here, many people are labelled with learning difficulties, but they do have exceptional talents. And a lot of people that with these exceptional talents, they are labelled as low IQ scorers, and in IQ tests they do, as research has shown, they do come out with a low IQ score compared to people labelled without learning difficulties. And obviously there's quite a stigma attached to this. People find it hard to sort of accept, recognise these talents, and just because they presume they've got a low IQ. And lots of research has also shown that people that are labelled with the learning difficulties, they're not socially accepted by their peers as well, so it obviously makes it more difficult for their exceptional talents to shine through. So I'm just going to define learning difficulties a bit more, then look at a few case studies and just go for an overview. So next one is defining learning difficulties. Obviously I've just mentioned already that there are stigmas attached. In the past, people have actually referred to people with learning difficulties as subnormal. Obviously these all unacceptable names, but when you do say learning difficulties, it's hard to actually imagine that someone is more intelligent than you think, kind of thing. So the DSM categorisation is on 4 levels. We've got mid-learning difficulties, so that's IQ of 50 to 70, moderate 35 to 49, severe 20 to 34, and profound, which is below 20. With profound learning difficulties, there is often a high mortality rate, and they do display physiological problems too. But what I'm saying is, why should a number categorise when skills could be of extreme benefit to people in a job setting, work setting, school setting? People are very judgmental to IQ scores, as I've already discussed in my previous blogs, and even the individual themselves can limit themselves because they feel like their potential can only go so far. That's not true for all cases, but in a couple of studies I've looked at, someone has been labelled as maybe just below average in their IQ score, and they've not been able to, their aims have only fitted that lower IQ score. They've not aimed higher, they've not tried to sort of become better. So just look at a couple of case studies. The key things you've probably all heard of, musical ability and mathematical ability always seem to shine through. But a lot of the published material shows real great maths ability. So that's being able to do mental arithmetic very quickly, and also identification of days of the week over a specific week over the past or the future within a few hundred years. I try and get my head around that, and I think I wouldn't even know where to start. But people can do that at the click of their fingers, just to go bam, yeah, that's it. Another one is artistic ability. There is a few case studies here of a boy that was able to just draw really complex buildings like cathedrals and things. He'd only seen them a couple of times, and he'd be able to draw sort of like a photograph image. And thinking about just how much thought goes into looking at things. Every day we walk around and we might look at something but not notice those intricate details, and they managed to just copy it down over one site. So that's obviously an incredible talent. And thirdly, this is musical talent as well. It's a particular case study of a girl. She was incredible at the piano. She could learn complex pieces of music just by memory, and would be able to talk in depth about this classical music using phrases and words she wouldn't normally be able to use. So really shows just maybe a particular interest as well in that one subject really makes a great difference. So these studies were taken from SELF, who did 11 of these studies that really did show this key, exceptional talents, whilst they were lacking behind in other areas, which is the sort of standard IQ testing, basics like linguistics, ability, etc. So just to give a quick overview of this, where's this gone? So it comes a lot about learning styles as well, but next one. I did a blog last week which is about Gardner and his model of intelligence. So the view that intelligence is one entity is really challenged by these cases, because a lot of people say that intelligence is all linked into one, but Gardner on the other hand argues that each intelligence is distinct and separate, so you can be good at music but you can be poor at everything else at the same time. So that's that model of intelligence. And individuals possess a number of intelligences that are distinct and separate from each other. It just basically refutes all that, which comes back to the question of whether IQ testing is in fact useful in any way, and that's what I've sort of been blogging about. So has anyone got any questions?
Children, what you did with the music and with the pictures, were they with ADHD?
No, they weren't, no. They were just, they'd been selected from a special school, and they'd just been done IQ testing, and then their actual school behaviour had been monitored for about a year or something, and they'd just been chosen because they'd got quite below average IQ. I can't remember what the score was exactly, but I think it was mid to moderate learning difficulties. Yeah. Okay, thank you.